Good morning, everybody. It is a gorgeous day here in Derbyshire. Not a cloud in the sky. It's stunning. I just dropped Heidi off to school, and with the weather being as beautiful as it is, I thought it would be a shame to go home and sit in front of a laptop editing photos. So I've come out to my closest National Trust property, which is only about 10 minutes from home. It's called Calke Abbey, otherwise known as the unstately home. It's a really fascinating property. I did do a full tour, probably last autumn now, which I will link to above in case you are interested in watching it. But with that video, I go through all the history of the family and the house, and I take you on a tour inside so you can see exactly why it is called the unstately home. It's a really, really fascinating property, quite unique to the National Trust, and I like that they left it how they inherited it. But today I just wanted to have a little wander around the gardens and make the most of such a lovely day. I love this Victorian plant theatre. Every time I come, it's got a different display. So just depending on what is in season. So if you look at some of my videos back in the winter months, there were snowdrops, all variety of snowdrops here. In the autumn, there was loads of gourds and squash, all arranged in a rainbow of colour. It was amazing. And here we are with the summer display. These are so pretty. Look at those blossoms. Really, really ruffled. There's so much texture in this little greenhouse. These smell divine. Such a wonderful perfume. Roses, oxeye daisies, and a whole wall of sweet peas. Look at that. Can you imagine how incredible this smells right now? This little avenue is lined with sweet peas all up both sides. It smells incredible. such a beautiful perfume. Slightly intoxicating. Look at all the berries. And this is what I want for a garden. So much produce that you can grow here. This is only a small part of it. Behind me here you have got all the apple orchard, which again is quite substantial. There's loads of apples growing. But that one smallish walled garden was only a tiny part of the original garden. You come through here and this was the main bulk of the walled kitchen garden. It is monstrous, and this would have fed all of the house and all of the servants. And then we have the orangery. So in here they grow everything that needs slightly warmer temperatures. I absolutely adore this orangery. The light is stunning. I love the way that they have left the flaky paint on the walls, all the cracks, exposed brick, crumbling walls. It's beautiful and really, really does help to tell the story of this house and its decline and fall from grandeur. Honestly, this is the dream. A house with a bit of land so you can grow your own fruit and veg, grow your own flowers. This is what I want. One of the nicest parts about this garden is that you can buy all of the produce that they grow as well. You just need to leave a donation. In here, so many greenhouses, so many, but in here they've got all the grapevines, which look like they've got plenty growing on them, and all of the tomatoes. Well, I have got me a little punnet of goodies, red currants and white currants. Now I just need to decide what to do with them. I thought they look beautiful on a cake, but also I really, really like lemon possets that are so quick and easy to make, and these will look beautiful on those as well. They're so lovely. Look at them, just glistening away. Little pearls. Anyway, now I'm off to do the milk run, because behind Calke Abbey there is a dairy farmer called Dumlow's, and it's a place that we can get raw milk, so it's unhomogenized, unpasteurized, and that's what we've been drinking since the start of the year. So it's just as nature intended, full of all the natural goodness. So I'm going to go and do the milk run. And here we are, raw milk station. Milk gathered. Success. Really recommend this place, by the way, if you're local in Derbyshire. Good morning. Today I have popped out. It's another glorious day here in Derbyshire. We've been blessed with sunshine this week. I think actually for the next 7 days running we've got nothing but full sun, so it's going to be scorching. But I popped out this morning just to have a little potter around a National Trust property that's not too far from home, just a half-hour drive. It's called Stoneywell. and it is one of the best arts and crafts houses in England. Rambling, unassuming and facing away from the road, Stoneywell is an iconic house of the English arts and crafts movement. The architect and furniture designer Ernest Gimpson built it between 1898 and 1899 as a summer residence for his brother Sidney and his family. The Gimpson family were prominent Leicester industrialists, and Ernest designed homes for several of his siblings. Stoneywell is the most unchanged of them all. The house remained in the Gimpson family for over 100 years until it was purchased by the National Trust in 2013, and it has been lovingly restored to show how the family lived and worked. Growing from a desire to revive the skill of craftsmanship, the arts and crafts philosophy aimed to restore simplicity and honesty to how buildings and furnishings were made. Although it was at its height between about 1895 and 1915, its origins lie a little earlier with the great thinkers John Ruskin and William Morris, who railed against what they felt were the evils of mass industrialisation and machine production. Their philosophies of good craftsmanship and pride in one's work were embraced by people like Ernest Gimpson. Such architects as Gimpson used local materials and designed their buildings down to the very last detail, sometimes including the furniture, which they often made themselves. Sidney and his wife didn't wish to furnish Stoneywell with fancy items from their city residence. They had Ernest and his circle of craftsmen build solid pieces for them by hand. As the house could be damp and cold during the unoccupied winter months, they avoided veneered and inlaid furniture. The cottage is still furnished with many of the original pieces they had made for it. The dining table, with a top fashioned from a single oak plank, stands proud beyond the front door. Stone hot water bottles sat on the steps to warm cold winter evenings, as the house had no central heating until 1969. Stoneywell is the epitome of William Morris's golden rule: have nothing in your house that you do not know to be useful or believe to be beautiful. Ernest Gimpson designed the cottage to appear as if organically grown among the rocky outcrops of the Charnwood Forest, and the cottage's 11 rooms sit over several different levels. Stoneywell retains much of its original magic. The cottage was wired for electricity in 1938, which meant rainwater could be collected in roof tanks and heated for bathing. Unfortunately, shortly after, in 1939, an electrical fault started a fire in the thatched roof. Although the cottage and its contents were saved, the bathroom had to be rebuilt, and the thatched roof was destroyed, and was instead replaced with the slate roof that we see today. Stoneywell survives as the realisation of one man's dream for a simpler life, and the enduring embodiment of a rural escape. A sentiment which I know speaks to a lot of us, even today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I'll see you next week.